Like, man-y friendships, namadoda, are very tricky.
I just feel like, just emotionally, male and women are so different. He was talking to everyone except for me.
Hayi serious ngale yoqumba.
Dase, he was taking it so seriously. I didn't really like boys at my school. Yeah.
The unfortunate part is that, like, we were part of, like, the same
friend.
circle, friendship circles, when I was at high school. And now, like, the boys were against me because now I'm no longer with their boy. But
Girls, why are you guys not girls?
like, I once entertained a guy that, like, he told me, but that's it, not loan. And then I went crying to him, like, he literally laughed at me. October the podcast is sponsored by Dreamstream. If you want to support us directly and gain access to ad-free versions of our show, please join us on the Dreamstream platform. Hello everyone, welcome back to October the podcast. I am Khanya Mweli and today I am alone. Psych. I actually have a special guest today. Buhle is not here, unfortunately. She's not feeling well. But anyway, so I decided, you know what? Today I'm gonna hold the reins, you know what I mean? Like, come on, like everything that she was doing when I wasn't here, I've taken over, you know, can't even take a break. So we have a guest here. Do you want to introduce yourself or should I do it?
Hi, guys.
Okay. Go off, Kesaina. So I'm ashamed. I'm
not shy. Like, you're making me laugh.
What did I do? This is Literally.
And
literally.
Anyways, guys, hi, I'm Azzy Queenana. I've known you since I was in primary school. She's my older brother's friend.
Yeah, so probably I was in grade 8, I think.
What grade was I in then?
Probably
grade 5.
5. No. 5? When I was in matric, you guys were in grade 8, right?
Oh, no. When you were in matric, I was in grade 9. But I didn't go to Beaconhurst High.
Where did you go? Still?
I went to Hudson. So
but
I was at Beaconhurst until grade 7. And then high school, I did it at Hudson.
But I'm just trying to think, but why do I feel like I remember when I was in matric, only Lihaku was in grade 8?
Lihaku's a year younger than me. Yeah.
Oh, because I was trying to explain to Buhle, I was like, no, man, but it doesn't make sense because I remember clearly because when Lihaku was here in thing, like we were talking about it and whatever, and I was like, oh, I remember when I was in matric and she was in grade 8. So all this time I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, but I make it sense, like, you know what I mean? Oh, it makes sense now. Okay.
Yeah, so I think I remember you when I was in primary, and then obviously I'd see you around. Like,
yeah. Oh, okay.
And then
makes sense now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, girl. So, what did I want to ask? Oh, I wanted you to like speak more because like she has a podcast.
Yeah, guys.
Before we get into it, because Galok, we'd like to touch base on this podcast. Like, what's your podcast about?
Okay, so I have started a podcast. It's called For the Plot.
Oh, period. I love that. Okay.
It basically focuses on our generation. I know you're a millennial, but I'm a Gen Z.
Oh, and that's Gazando.
So like
Gen what?
Millennials are okay. Undo, you know Kamambanjwa. She said on TikTok that like one thing about millennials, I'm not sure if it was her, but like millennials look a lot older. And it's different generations.
Yeah.
So I think you guys are like late 80s or early 80s until 98.
Oh, and so he got it in the 80s.
So you guys are one generation.
Yeah.
And then Gen Z is like 99 until, I don't know, like 2000.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So, yeah. So it basically focuses on millennials and Gen Zs. And, you know, we're a different generation from the generation that came before us because we grew up in a digital age.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
We're exposed to different kinds of markets, different kinds of jobs, different aspirations, different goals. Like, we're not as traditional as our parents. So this is kind of a platform where we can understand each other, talk about the things that like we're understanding and realizing, like just like the new truths that come with
Yeah. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's very also relatable because I think on this podcast we sort of talk about like life, like existing, but
Existing.
age yet
Kule age
basically.
yethu,
So I think like a
yeah.
lot of the times, because we're also gonna like film something for your
Yes.
podcast and stuff, and I think like it would be nice to have you as a friend of the show because
Oh,
like you give us like
definitely.
that like insight. Because yesterday one of our topics was talking about like aging and like the difference between like the generations and stuff. So had we known,
Yes.
actually, it would have been nice to have someone who's in a different generation, like to give us like the insight on the
Yeah.
different whatever. But that's nice. That sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you know, after we film today's episode, we can like do more
Do
and
more,
collaborate a lot more. You
yes,
know,
100%.
yeah. But how did you feel after your first episode yesterday?
It went really well.
Mm.
I just felt like I'm trying to relax my shoulders as much as possible today because I was sitting like this the whole
Shy. Stress.
stress, really tense. I
I
was very tense, but we had a great conversation. I was with Ubalasela and we were just talking about, because he's a photographer and he has kind of taken his profession, which is photography, something that isn't as, it's not popular.
Okay.
You know, like it's not a popular 9 to 5 job where you can sustain yourself, live away from your parents' house and just do life on your own. So he was telling me the road to him, because he wanted to go to AFTA, but then obviously AFTA is expensive. So he was just telling me about the journey of just like building himself like on his own, and now living in Johannesburg, being able to pay his own rent, do his own thing with a
conventional, like,
commercial, Kesan.
Isilungu, that's what it's called. Yeah, okay. I hear. Okay.
Yeah.
Overall though, like how are you doing? How's it been being back in Joburg, and just how are you?
I'm good.
Nah.
Joburg's been really good. The last time I was here, I had a horrible time.
Really?
Yeah. It was
Wait,
really bad.
so were you coming from East London?
I was coming from East London. So this first half of the year, because I study in Cape Town.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So kule first half, Bendi Semonti.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm going back to Cape Town to finish school.
Oh,
next
okay,
semester.
nice. Okay.
So yeah, so I was visiting here last year, and it was horrible.
What happened?
I lost my phone.
Like bad girl activities. Oh
No, ndixuthelwe mntase, like up the
don't
road.
lie.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was
That's
traumatic.
terrible. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So sorry.
It was so traumatic.
You guys went too hard and then got like phone. I thought it was one of those.
Not even.
That's so
It was just a
terrible.
horrible experience.
Nah.
And like even who I was with when I lost the phone, it was just
a lot.
The devil
going
was busy
on.
that day.
Nah.
The devil was very busy that day.
You are so hectic. What was I gonna say? Okay, so today we're gonna get into the topic. And I think there can be a little bit of relatability with this topic. Simply because we both come from like East London. So it was like really less way too.
Literally.
Yeah, so today I wanted us to talk about male friendships, like platonic friendships between boys and girls. And like the first question I wanted to get into, like, do you believe that boys and girls can be friends, like purely like platonically?
It's twofold. You can, because I have had male friendships where nothing has happened. But the older I get, like where I'm at right now, I don't not that I don't believe it, but I only need, like, I don't think there's a need for it. Especially like, I mean, yeah, we can all laugh, hang out, cool, but like if we're talking about like a real friendship, like you're holding me down, I'm crying to you, all those things, I don't see a need for that. I just feel like just emotionally, male and women are so different. And I feel like the only male friendships that I have that I'm actually close to right now, they're all gay.
Okay.
So if we're talking about heterosexual men,
yeah,
and
actually,
having a friendship with them, like a genuine, hey friend, like it just, something always just goes down and it gets weird. Yeah.
No, for real. I can agree with what you're saying, but there's parts where like, I feel like with male friendships, it's like it's always a situation of like you waiting for the penny to drop. kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I've experienced like being friends with guys, I mean, let's say like all my life. But it's become deeper, obviously, as umdu ekula.
Yeah.
And I like agree with you, closely to Bana, you don't see a need for it anymore. Nam identifika like the way I'm like, you know what, actually, like the guy friends that I have right now, like which I feel like I can count on like one hand, I'm good with, because like man-y friendships namadoda are very tricky.
They are.
Like they're really, really tricky.
They're so tricky.
I think outside of like there's that one like standard thing that people always think of, but ooh, like what if I'm and those things do happen.
And thing is, sorry, I just want to add to what you're saying with Ando Yongwasa. You guys could start off as friends. Iambe, and then the penny drops and it's like, okay, now we're into each other. And not even under, but like, I'm in love with you. Because like, it could just be physical. And I've experienced that. Like, him and I are still friends, but we did do something. But we're cool now. Like, I don't think it would even happen again. But we're cool. But we were friends for a while, then something happened. And
the dynamic changed, or it became a bit weird in a way.
We needed space. But like kind of silwe. I just felt like, hey, I need some space. And I think he needed some space. But now we're cool. And no space was like what, a few months? And now we're cool again, like chomyam. But it's just like, I'm just thinking now, if let's say Angachola and I'm around them.
Is it not like,
oh, I don't like him.
Okay.
Like, I don't have feelings for him.
Okay.
So it's not weird in that way. But how would she feel if, let's say, she knew that something happened between us?
Yeah. And when are you being paraded as the friend?
And now, do you show me? But something's gone on here. I know for a fact that I would not be cool with that. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that, which is why I wouldn't even... we're friends. We are friends. But like, we don't have a serious friendship where it's like, yo, how are you? Like, yeah, like we touch base here and there, comment each other's stories, that vibe. But yeah, like.
But how was the vibe before? The vibe was called the calls and the whatever. But I don't know. It was like, or less complicated, maybe before.
I feel like we've always been cool. It was never like, oh, Diagoa. But he was very much that friend. Like, I wouldn't say Diagoa, but he'd know about Diagoa. And he'd be like, so Goa, like, friend. Like, we cared about each other a lot. We still do care about each other as friends. But, like, yeah.
I get you.
I don't know. I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah, you are. Because I was actually gonna ask, Bana, have you ever like had that experience of like maybe kissing a friend or like doing something with a friend?
It happens.
Yeah,
guys.
it does happen.
Yeah.
But like personally for me, like I've never really done that. And I don't want to say I've never, because I've dated, like in high school, I dated a guy that I was friends with like since primary school, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it completely changed everything like after we broke up. Obviously, like it was messy between us, and the unfortunate part is that like we were part of like the same circle, friendship circles, but as I say high school, and now like the boys were against me because now I'm no longer with their boy, but like we're all boys because sasfunda sonke.
Yeah.
And now it just made things like hella awkward, you know what I mean? But outside of that, like I've never really like had his hand about sneaky linking like with a friend or whatever. I've just never, and not because like I think holier than thou or whatever.
Yeah.
I've just never like, but I just wouldn't. I don't know. Like I
also
just wouldn't.
I want to
man.
put
Like,
out there. That was like a moment of weakness.
Yeah.
A lot. That's say on a normal day, like right now, I don't feel like it happened once.
Yeah.
And it was like after a night out.
Yeah.
And everyone had been like drinking all day.
Yeah.
So it was like, and okay, let me be honest. There was a lingering attraction there for a while.
I see. There
was. I feel like from the first time I even saw him, I was like, umhlelo. And why? Oh no, this girl, umhle, and like she's hot. So there was that lingering attraction. I was seeing someone else. He was seeing someone else. So I think it was a matter of ababantu that were in our lives were no longer in our lives. So we're like, let's go. And we were like, we can't tell anyone because weird.
Weird.
It's weird. And it's weird. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh no, guys.
Yeah, like whatever.
It's weird.
Oh my God, I actually just thought of it. No, I feel like I lied. Because actually, I have kissed a friend. And it was in high school, actually.
Okay, in high school. But I feel like in high school, guys, do we have to count high school? Because just say, guys, we kissed so many people in high school. That's just the culture of the high school.
And the thing is, he'd always like, because like it happened, not necessarily, we were somewhere like on holiday and then we kissed. Like I think like twice or three times like during that period that we were there, like that weekend we were there. But then afterwards, like he'd always be like, "Hi, hello," and I'm like, "No, nigga, like the fuck." But with him, the nice thing about him, like he was always super cool, and even after that, like we were still like close mates.
Yeah,
and we'd always like make jokes on some like, "It's got penis and like incest."
And you incest.
Because he incest.
That's it, I won't
like,
lie.
We're literally best of buds. Like, what are we doing?
I won't lie. That's it, like after it happened, I felt like, hey,
it's giving, man.
Today I didn't pose like,
why stop like in it, please?
Because that was my actual brother.
His her actual brother.
And the crazy thing about this guy is he reminds me of my siblings so much.
Nah.
So I was like, oh,
whatever, man. No. I get that, literally, because we'd always, but he'd always like a little bit like la razzle dazzle. As much as we were still hella close, but he'd always be like, "Hi, look, don't. You know what I mean?" And I'd be like, "Nah, bro," kind of thing. But
guys are chances.
That's why. Chances. That's the
why.
thing.
That's why.
Because I remember even high school varsity and whatever, when I still had like a lot of guy friends, like you'd find that because I've always been like girl, like is strict and known as like strict. Come on. So like my guy friends would be like, "Hey man, like kind of thing," and it's like I can't like you know like let's and it's like nigga nah.
Speaking of high school, I'm just remembering. I think I was in grade 11. So I had 2 guy besties. Yeah, boy. And we see trio, chumzam, like you know,
as heterosexual.
Need a photo studio? The Dream Stream Photo Studio includes a 2.7-meter PVC backdrop in black and white and is available for only 115 rands per hour. You can also rent a Canon R6 and lights. All rentals are for studio use only. Terms and conditions apply. Contact studio at dreamstream.co.za.
Thank you, Ben, for coming out tonight. My name is Son of Augustine. Let's go.
Yo, Yabona. That's why I only have gay male friends now.
Because
it's those situations, I was like, nah, you know. So we were close, and we touched on everything until my like, okay, I say you, I kissed this person, did this with this person, I'm talking to this person, like basically open as trio, yabo. And then one day I was like, yo, guys, because I had a crush on this guy who I think was a year above me. And I was like, oh, guys, we kissed. Oh my gosh. Do you excited? Next thing, and I was like,
on what grounds?
What happened? Because I didn't realize that's
because
what
of
made him be aggro towards me. So I speak to the other guy friend and our friend in the trio yetu. I naye because he knew men. That's why I don't do male because because he was like, I feel like from that day when you told us about you and those man. Friend, waqumba ever since. That's you. Oh, okay. Let me just check on him. I'm trying to say you've been off, and I went to a derby that their school was having, and like I saw the both of them there, and no my F, basi right, yabo. And then no my other F, basi right, and I was like, what's going on? Like, and you look hurt, like you look like. You know that thing when you're going through heartbreak, like you're just not yourself, like even in your eyes, like I'll right. Yo, one type like ESA. And no, I actually have feelings for you. And when you told me about that, it really got to me. And he basically asked me out. He was like, you know, I would treat you so well if you just gave this a chance. Yay. Yeah.
That is so.
I can still feel what I felt then.
Mm,
Because I was just like, no, like I don't feel the same way. And he's a great guy. He's super funny, charismatic.
But
he
he
even,
told me.
yeah, he even ended up dating one of my friends like after, but like we met later on. But like they dated and they dated for a while. And I was like, I mean, he's a man, so I'm not gonna say he's a good guy.
Yeah.
But like,
But he's a good guy. So
uyazama.
like,
Ngendlela ekwazi ukuba good guy, ke uyi-good guy in the way that he can be. But I was like, you're my friend. Like, you're my friend. And we're literally friends, like, to the point where, like, my mom knows him as Ichomyam.
yeah.
I know his parents, the Ichomyam, and his siblings and my siblings. So it was like, I don't feel the same way. And I remember I sat on the phone with my other guy bestie. And I was like, Mdase, what am I going to do? Because I don't feel the same way. And he was trying to push it. And I was like, don't be unfair. Because you know I don't feel the same way. And then I typed a paragraph to him that said, but no, but I didn't say
Unfortunately, it's not
it's
me.
just not me. And it's not me. It's really not me. It's not. And I was like, I don't feel the same way. I'm so sorry. And he was like, sure. Yeah, well, but we didn't talk. And then I think I saw him again. Yeah, our schools were playing against each other. I see my friend was playing rugby, bestie. I see Uchomwetu, Lona, who had feelings for me, and I see Uchomwetu's mom. She loves me. So I go greet her, we talk. I also go congratulate my friend because, you know, he was playing his rugby game. First team's a big deal, especially like grade 11.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm revealing schools.
Well.
But yeah, it was a big deal. So I was super proud of him, super happy for him. And like, we were all pumped. And I thought, as a chubby smart yay. As soon as I got there, he walked away. So the next day I was like, you know what, let me reach out to him, let me talk to him about it. What nigga ultimatum? What either says
Baglewe.
or Masek that yo, because I'm not gonna do that.
Exactly.
You know? And later on in life, like a few months later, we ended up having a sit at my house and just talking it out. And we were cool, but we still weren't cool. And he was going to the bush that year and he invited me to Mkirek and I was there for him. But even at Pakram Kiti, he was so off towards me. Like, he invited me, his parents invited me. He was talking to everyone except for me. Dase, he was taking it so seriously. And it was so bad. And I think that was one of the situations that made me be like, okay, outside of the friends that I've made now that are male friends, I'm not gonna go and make
more.
Besties.
Definitely. Yeah, no,
that's
definitely.
not the vibe anymore.
That's a shame. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Like I'm
we're
so
cool now though. Like we're not besties, but we get along great now. Like we can even go on lunch dates. And all's good. But that's only because I think we spent a year apart now. I think it also was a knock to his, you know, men and their egos.
Yeah.
But we all have egos, guys. So let me not just say men, but I think for him, he just needed time to regain his strength, ego, after that happened. But now we're cool. But still, like, that's why I don't do that.
But it's still cool. Sometimes, like, I don't understand like how guys can be because they expect you to like forget that whatever and like the friendship must carry on and be normal.
No, but that's what I wanted.
No. I'm just making an example now of like how awkward it is like being friends like with guys where like as I was saying, like in high school, I was friends with people. And then, yes, we're friends and we whatever. And we'd have sleepovers and all those things.
Yeah.
But then on a random night or a random drinking day.
And then
I say, but we're not going to
yeah, no, it happens.
And it's like, bro, like, why do you think this is normal?
Yeah.
And then after that, you guys will go back to being friends. But you still have that thing like at the back of your head.
You
where
actually
like,
try to get with me, and that's weird.
That is so weird, bro. That is so weird.
Yeah, no.
And I was actually having this conversation with Buhle. I can't remember when, and I was like, it's funny because like a lot of my guy friendships started, and I know sounds very bad and like it's actually quite toxic, but a lot of my guy friendships started from la base level of mana, this guy liked me.
Oh wow.
But then it didn't really work out. And then we just ended up being friends. And then we just somehow got close or whatever the case may be. But a lot of my guy friendships started like that. Where
Really?
Umdu was trying to like be within that. And then we just obviously like kubona land ba friends zone and then sibezi chomi. But to move on from that, like I still do have guy friends, and the ones that I still have in my life are people nyani who have really been intentional about like being good people and good friends to me. Like I have in fact like a guy friend that I've been friends with like since high school and who I'm super close to, and like he's so amazing. Like he's seen me at my worst. Literally, like there's things that I've told him that like I've never told like other people, you know what I mean? Like or I've told like a select few people, and I'll let him in on those things, and like he gives me like sound advice, and he'll call me now like when he has like he wants advice on like amantombazana and stuff like that, and I can just be open, you know, like with him about like easy, you know. And sometimes like I'll say to him, man, like when I'm speaking to him and I'm like, oh my god, like you're such like a good man, you know what I mean? And he really, really is like. And he just has a good heart.
Yeah.
And I think like, you know, as in an ideal world, like I wish like every girl like could get that
A
thing,
guy like
you know, a guy like that,
that.
because
I
do
actually have
feel like,
had a male friend who's like that, but I'll get to it after.
yeah, like I feel like there is value, man, in like that dynamic and like different dynamics, and having like a friend who's in a different or who navigates life a bit differently than you, so that any advice is not funny. Because to have a friend like who's like a heterosexual male or like a gay male or whatever, kubone like different, or friend like it's a lesbian or whatever, just so like as it told me maybe so perspectives like friend kubone. So it's nice to have those like different like
Dynamics.
you know, dynamics. But it's so unfortunate that working with heterosexual male,
It can get weird.
it gets so tricky,
like I
dude.
even want to touch on that. There's a friend that I had in high school. Can't believe I forgot about him. But we were like, that was my real bestie.
Yeah.
Like they were my besties. But this guy carried me. Like I think we started being friends in grade 10, then matric, and then after matric, you know, people went to different universities and like things changed. But like he was my bestie. Like I remember my matric year, I was going through a lot. Like I just wasn't in a good space. And he was just always such a good constant for me, taking care of me, hearing me out, listening to me. And he's a good guy. Like I think he's still dating the girl that he was dating when we were in matric.
Oh, that's nice.
Like he is
Uzipholele.
a good guy. Yabona. And the funny thing is about him, and it goes back to what I was saying, but there's always that. I'm just thinking of what you were saying, but a friendship started because they liked you.
Yeah.
So in grade 10, him and I were in the same maths class. And he said, I actually had a crush on you. Sikwe maths, didn't crush. But then I just said nothing about it and we became friends.
Yeah.
But I'm so, like, I think it was my 18th birthday when he said that to me. He's like, but I'm so glad that we just were friends because I really love our friendship. I love experiencing you as a friend and whatever. Like, I think I can tell you now because like Diachola and I'm way past it. Shem, I never saw him that way. Like and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I didn't really like boys at my school. Yeah.
Oh, then is up.
I didn't like boys.
Sorry.
I didn't like boys in high school. Like boys are so gross in high school, guys. I don't even think I like boys now.
In fact, actually,
I don't even think I like them now.
Abako likeable, Shem.
Abako likeable, matadeki man.
Matandeki Shem, man. Yeah.
So yeah, Shem. So he was like a really, really great guy. And what you're saying about how just Lando of like having different perspectives, and you used to give me great perspectives on like things and like life, and he just really lightened the load because he had a different perspective from everyone around me because he's such a good guy. Yeah, I made really great. I don't know why I'm talking about as bestie. Okay, I am, because they were also my best friends. But I had really good male friendships within my high school. Like the Hudson guys, I made really, really great friends. And even now, like I'm building friendships with people who I wasn't friends with in high school. Like we learned about like let's pull my hair.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, no, shame. People
Like,
can be good.
Yeah. And another thing, in fact, talking about different perspectives, I know like on social media, we tend to joke about this a lot, where it's like when you tell your guy friends, like your boy troubles, like they're always so frank and so like straightforward, but phone.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
and literally
yeah,
my
yeah.
guy friends are literally like that. Like
Yeah,
he's
literally.
playing to the point where like this guy friend I was talking about, like to the point where like I once entertained a guy that like he told me, but that's it, not loan. And then I went crying to him, like he literally laughed at me and he said, "Girl, like I told you."
And
Hayi wahleka wathi ndaluxelela. Like
no.
mameli and
Yeah.
mameli. But obviously like he did comfort me and whatever. But like he's also like that banter kind of person. But he was like, I told you. Like
Yeah.
there was nothing there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's like something also valuable that you can get. Like,
It
because obviously
is.
there are guys, they understand like how guys work.
That's true.
So it's nice like to have and all.
Like there was a guy as well 2 years ago. He put me through
Mm.
the ringer. Okay. And I'll always talk to my guy bestie about it. Well, we're not besties anymore, but he was my guy bestie. And I was like, yo, he's putting me through extra. He was like, Azzy, yeah.
Yeah,
This guy, I'm telling you,
acting the fool.
I'm telling you, he's playing a big fat game. And it's not just you. He's doing it to, and he was doing it to everyone. He was like, it's not just you. I just think, he was like, you're probably going to see it a few years later, but I don't think this guy has the capability to tanda umtu, abe loyal, as tande yena enough to like really be down. Like be down, love you the way that you want to be loved. Like he was so real. And he was just like, I just don't think he has the capability to love you out loud, to love you the way that you want to, like the way that you want to receive. Because obviously you want to give a certain love and get it back. And he was one of those people who was like, you're not going to get what you want from this guy. And it's not you, akakwazi.
Iphakakuye.
Ipakuye.
Noba ungathini.
And in hindsight now, like 2 years later, I did try to rekindle with him last year, which is stupid.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, it was stupid. Like I was being dumb. But in hindsight now, like a year later, post like out of my life, no contact, and Phoenix, Nyani, it's him. He was right, and he told me this in 2021. Only for me to see
How
it.
many years later? Like 2?
Like 3 years, basically.
Yeah,
later.
actually.
Actually, uyilenda
Akho
yiyo.
nto
And
mntase
there's nothing you can
ikhobe.
do about it.
Son,
Uyilenda
akho nto.
yiyo.
Oh my god.
Literally. Yeah.
But no shame. But guy friends can be so brutal, literally.
But
in
like
the-
they see things like, even with, I'm gonna use my dad as an example, and even my brothers, they're very straightforward. And the things that they say to me, like when I, especially kuhlomla, like, because I even went to him for advice about, I was going to everyone for advice about this guy because he just wasn't acting right.
And there's gala error when you just want advice. Food advice is many.
That's it.
Mind you, they're all telling the same thing, but I forgot.
Where there was this one day, I'm not sure if you know Unazo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I was with her or if I was with Uluvuyo, but we were at Rez at Up Square. And I was just sitting outside talking to security and saying, hey, Pudi, no fun.
And you got right. There's gala error. I know that era.
I was like,
wow.
wow. That's it. Like, man,
So how you trying to pray it away?
I try to pray it away, guys. Cranes in the sky, yeah, va.
Security.
He was just like, oh, mdanam. Yazi ndoni.
On my feet, the underdog, and I won't be beat. Turn the lights up now, welcome to the show. I ain't never
Are you a musician?
I know. My eyes on the prize until I die. I'm gonna rise like
The Dream Stream Music Studio is now available on Sundays for only 295 rands per hour.
we work for a ball in line. We gon' give it our all until the end, until the end of time.
It includes a 12-channel desk, a variety of mics and cables, electronic drum kit, and a laptop for recording. Terms and conditions apply and booking is essential. Contact studio at dreamstream.co.za for a site visit.
Right? Because he had met my parents when they were helping me bring
Yeah.
grocery into Rez when they came to visit me. He's like, yay, bayakuthanda kokwenu. Bayakuthanda kokwenu.
Awulahlwanga.
Awulahlwanga. Yeke lo bhuti.
Yo.
Because yena andiyazi uba yintoni ingxaki yakhe. Nam andiyazi. But all I know is awungendawo and angendawo so
Myeke,
like
sana.
yini guys la tata. Shout out to that
Shout out,
security
that's
guard
it.
from
They've seen the
upscale.
worst. Ne-Uber drivers nobuhle besihleka loo nto, like one of our FCC Uber drivers, they've heard the most.
There was this one Uber driver. I was actually going to him. He said, "You know this man is."
Akhona umolo ungena sewubalisa.
And I was telling him, "Ukubana, you know, this is the last time I'm seeing him." And pinned him when after this. No, it wasn't though. And he even said, he's like, the fact that you got into the Uber and you're going to him, it's not the last time. But at least your heart's in the right place and knowing that this isn't your soulmate.
At least we were privy a little bit. to
Yeah.
that.
But
That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is like sort of like the Indolendo, the final point, and it's kind of a deep one. And it's actually one of the biggest reasons why I've felt like a discomfort with having guy friends. It's that topic of like abuse and like violence and all of those things, and how like going back to Lando, waiting for the penny to drop, like you'll be close with someone and then you'll hear like all of these things and you're like, oh, well, I kind of gotta go.
This can't carry on.
And it's happened to me, dude, like to someone, like with someone that I was really close to and like I grew up with, like my family loved this person and his family loved me, like his mom loved me. And when all of these allegations came out, like she called me and she was crying on some like, I cannot believe this kind of thing. And I mean, this was like sort of all over social media. And I was just like hella shocked, hella hurt, you know, like disappointed. But at the same time, obviously, like I know where I stand and I will stand for women, like through and through.
Always.
So yeah, beiphelile into yam.
No rabeleng,
No rabeleng, son.
mase.
And funny enough, I bumped into him like when I was in EL and it was so awkward, you know what I mean? Because
I
like
think I know who you're talking about.
yes,
Yeah.
and if you find in
Yo,
and you'll
hey.
find yourself like in spaces with people
people.
who you shouldn't be in those spaces,
Like
and you're
they should
like
feel uncomfortable.
yes,
to be
and
around
it's like so
us.
awkward. And funny enough, like Emond like angomntu or who's always out. Like when
Same.
like December,
Yeah.
and because I knew I was gonna be there for a while, so I was going out, whatever, just going out. And because it was those things, obana uzibona sawuhlala nabantu ongafuni uhlala nabo.
Yeah,
Xa useMonti. Where it's like it's so
literally.
awkward because isn't this that nigga that was? But then at the same time, like it's tough because ngoku uzawuphelisa ipati, but I don't know how to explain. Like
because you don't want to be political.
yes, and it's like okay,
but it's a
yes,
touching
but it's like
situation.
guys, like why are we bringing this person, you know, like around us because this is just like really awkward, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why like in fact like I chose to distance myself a lot
From men.
from people emondi and like guy friends
Yeah.
like emondi, because it's like like I'm not trying to like
I
be
think
in
one thing
spaces.
that I do when I'm in East London, I used to be that person, show me, like friends with everyone. But I just learned to sometimes it's just good to be with your 3-4 friends because
Literally.
we're all on the same page here.
Yeah.
If we're uncomfortable, we're all going
We're
home.
all going home,
If
definitely.
it's this, it's that. Like, it's so straightforward. Like, I think you even spoke to December. It was mainly me, Unazo, no Lihakwe, no Lisa. And that was it, you know, because it was like, we're not trying to be in weird situations. And we were going to like chillers and stuff. And it was nice. But if it got weird, it got weird. And our funny land joke, bana, okay, I'm out with this girl, but we're not that close. So I can't really...
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I learned the hard way now, but I just need to be around people who get you,
Definitely.
who really just understand you. And speaking on that matter of like, SA. I don't want to go into the,
yeah.
The same thing happened to me in first year, actually. Because we got to uni, we were there for like 6 weeks by lockdown. So everyone made friends like through house party video calls. And I got very close to a guy in my year at my school. And we were really close. Like, that was my friend, okay? Sorry. When I came back, like when we all came back to write our final exams at the end of 2020, we'd hang out. That was my chom. Our birthday even fell on the same day. So that was my twin, like everything. That was my friend. And then at the end of that year, when we all went home, I was called by another friend of ours. He's like, I said, this guy sexually assault SA'd our friend. Well, she wasn't my friend, but her and I got along very well.
Yeah.
And I was like, yay, Johnny. And then I was like, okay, let me just relax, gather my thoughts. This is someone that I would talk to every day, video calls every day. Actually, I'm just thinking at the beginning of this podcast, I was like, I don't have male friends. Like after high school, but actually, I've had a lot of guy friends in my life.
Yeah.
But these are the reasons why I just don't anymore. So, fine, a few months go by, the years going, and the other people who were in my circle at the time, they're also finding out, but then it became an even, so we're all backing away. We're not saying anything. Well, we're not saying anything on social media, but we're making a personal choice. Cool. Then it became an even bigger thing in the UCT space because this guy was an SRC member. And then I think he knew about is our pumalendo yam yokbana.
Delay abuse and
and then I think he resigned, but then he made it a thing of he hates the system. That's why I'm leaving.
That time we know, nigga.
And then one thing about UCT students is like abuse or you are. They will go to your res bag vuse remember Puma eres so that happened. And I mean, we all had to be there to show support for like our friend who was SA'd. And it was him and another guy that was actually friends with in first year as well. And that guy had done something to someone that I was very close to as well. So I was like, I need to be there. Like, I need to be there because uko wile and uko we apakum. So I can't just like fold my hands while my friends are being in this position, you know? So nyani, like, that's just another reason why. And you know what's so weird though? And this is what I don't like about girls who prioritize, sorry, if... because sometimes I'm just like, I will witness you be cool with someone, and I've had friendships end over this, where like, let's say I'm with a guy and when you show me and this person's shooting me like I don't even know what, and when kiki hi Chomi like you don't want to get it, like you care that they go up, but you don't care enough to call them out. And it's like this thing that I have to live with. I'm forced into this person's space, which is why I'm just like, you know what? Let's just keep it as it girls. Like, I'm not even into that anymore. Like, to the point where when I ended things properly with that guy, I kind of ended up cutting off everyone that connected me to him. Because I was like, exactly.
And you aren't calling you aren't calling them out.
So let's just cut everybody off. And yeah, like some people even getting explanation. But whatever blog, he was social media because
once and for all, son.
I can't do this with you guys anymore. Sorry. And yeah, but back to the girls. Like there was a situation in first year where my friend and I, basically this guy him and I were like doing, like, I think we're being friends with benefits, but he was also macking on, so he was macking on me and my friend at the same time, basically. Yeah, bo. But we weren't that close yet. So we didn't tell each other, show me this guy's macking on me. Show me this guy's macking on me. So then we found out, and basically what had happened was, because we were all friends at res, and we were at a co-ed res. So her and I, we basically stuck together and we were like, F this guy.
Yeah.
But everyone else was like, you guys are being unfair. You guys are being this. You guys are being that. And we were just like, Nani, ambani nani kaloko. And
you guys will stick.
we're still best
there.
friends to this day.
Nah.
And we're like, ambani kaloko nani. Like,
Because
njengoba ningakwazi
ingcinga
ukuba
zenu
zebhadleyo,
zifambene.
like,
Ewe,
ambani
exactly.
nani. And then we had another friend who was like, I see what he did wrong. I'm on your guys' side, whatever. But she was still friends with him. And we were like, you know what? He didn't SA us or anything, so it's fine. But what he did was very wrong. Very, very wrong. And then it got to a point where she felt like me and this friend of mine were excluding her. But she was just very close to that circle, and we were trying to be a part of that. Into ya hamba. And then we ended up not being close to her either. But my whole thing is, like, what I'm trying to paint is, I don't get, guys, why are you guys not girls?
Exactly. What do they call it? I'm one of the boys.
I'm one of the
Now you ain't.
and you're not special. You're not special. I just want to let you know you are not special. Because I had a friend last year as well who was very much like, I'm like on her chest, but I'm a guy's girl. I'm not a girl's girl. Girls have too much drama.
Too much drama.
Yeah, that's it. Like, you know those TikToks that we make fun of those girls who are like, oh, no, I don't. I like hang out with the guys. And Nyani never hang out with her. She'd always be with her guy friends, cool, whatever.
Imagine.
But I was just like, okay, so what medal did you get from this? Because even with these guy friends, like, they're older, so like, gabantu bajongene nochata and stuff ngoku. So it's like, you're gonna be left alone. You're gonna be left alone because one thing about guys, when they're stressed about a woman, they will choose that partner over you. And if that partner's uncomfortable with you being your best friend,
Uzawam. Actually, funny enough, you mentioned that. I had a friend who I was really, really close to, trusted friend. And then he started dating. Like, he came back to Joburg, started dating, and we haven't spoken in probably close to like 8 months.
Is he still dating her?
Yeah.
Like,
we are both, we are teeny, but
and we are both
and akonde emdibanisa nam.
He
And I
loves
was like,
his woman.
I was like really hurt at the beginning because I was like, oh wow, like that's how it is. But then I was like, you know what, it is what it is. Like,
And
that's
you
the
love
decision
your
he had.
woman.
And I was like, it's the decision you made. Maybe there's a reason why, or you know what I mean. So I was like, hey, let me last it. But
And guys, that's so fair though. Because at the end of the day, guys, we're great. Like, we're all friends and haha, and it's nice. But like, I'm not gonna get TLC from you as my friend, Oli. Like, I'm so sorry. So sometimes
I get you, but I can disagree a little bit, but I can agree at the same time.
Not to a full extent.
Extent,
like you're not
neglecting.
like, don't neglect. But obviously, guys, especially in friendship dynamics where it's like, I'm a guy and you're a girl, guys, things happen. I will never fault a girl for being, because I'm exactly the same. I don't want you to have female friends. Because what if you're lying to me and saying that this is your female friend, but she's not your female friend? Because that has happened to me before, where it's that lower now security guard. Like, no, she's my friend, but they were not friends, which is why I actually don't care. And if any female friends anymore, because no.
And I won't lie, like, the equal uncomfortability, you know what I mean? But it's like, if I found you with female friends, and this didn't at the end of the day,
I wouldn't even give you a chance. I wouldn't even give you a chance.
But female friends,
no, they must carry on. I'm just not going to be involved. Like,
meaning you're not the guy for me.
Yeah, you're just not my guy.
Oh my God, Azzy, that's crazy.
Maybe that's why this single,
girl.
But I don't care. I actually don't care. I don't care. The things that I've seen, I don't care.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing.
Like, I don't care. It's not even worth it. It's not worth being understanding, it's just not worth it. Because it's just like,
being understanding,
because I was like, okay, as female friends, whatever, like, it's fine. Then I got to a point where someone, because he said it in an apartment building that, like, was very notorious for, like, students, like, staying there, Ekapa. And someone very random that I knew from high school came up to me and was like, oh, you're with this guy. And I was like, how do you know that? Because I wasn't telling people.
Yeah.
Like, it is, you're my friend. And then he was like, no, baby, apha entondon
Aye.
building. But I said, oh, as you know, ban. Shame, my bears.
Hi.
But so that's what. You see, that's why I'm not understanding anymore because I was a fool. I was a fool. Like, they were sitting kwi-lounge zala apartment. It's Aram.
Yeah, it's Aram. I guess
Shame. She doesn't know.
That is
Yes.
crazy.
Do you get me? So after that, I was like, I actually don't care.
I can be lenient a bit because I know, like, I mean, I'm a female friend somewhere. So, like, I'm okay, like, with, you know, but suqale zintsha, like,
That's real.
manifika
though.
ube nazo, like, ubunazo, and isitori sakho masivakala uba hayi sikhule kunye.
By
or
vakale.
something,
I'm not saying as my partner you cannot have a female friend, but I need to. And yazi man, I like you can.
Yeah,
just,
you can see, but you can
see,
sense, man, when something's off, where it's like,
and don't have like 20 million female friends is what I'm trying to say.
and sanofonelana caba ngoku ye ayiniyafonelana
because that guy had like 50,000 female friends. That's the problem.
It's giving.
He's always around girls.
Oh my god.
And that's disgusting because
Oh my
no, I
god.
don't even want to talk about it because I say at the end of the day, sorry for my language, I believe Rausha guys.
Yes.
For being like if we're just gonna call a spade, he was a skebby. Like he was a skebby, okay? Like, and you guys with lots of female friends, you guys are skebbies. Sorry. You guys are I'm being cute about it. You guys are skebbies.
Hi, son. Hi, Kimdase. I think we've reached a point where we can. Yeah, there's like 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
So we can wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Otherwise, how did you feel about that conversation?
It was actually like we were flowing.
Yeah,
It was nice. Yeah.
Okay, that's good at least. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for listening, and thank you to Azi for joining us today. Hopefully, we will see more of you.
Definitely
this
will.
podcast, and hopefully, you guys, in the next episode or so, that you'll see Buhle again, Shem, and pray for her. Hopefully, by the time this comes out, she'll be fine. But otherwise, please remember to comment, to like, and to subscribe, and to share. Tag us in internet whenever you post like clips and all of that, and just let us know, in the comments, like what you'd like to see more of, how you felt about the episode, and go watch Azi's podcast called what is it, For the Plot.
It should be out by the time this is out.
Yeah, surely,
So,
surely. And yeah, guys, we'll see you guys in the next episode with love and humor. Bye.